Choose your
barely
hero.
any stuns actually. BKBs kind of make FNATIC's game kind of easier. Good for him to buy a halberd.
If they knew what was good for them, they would run.
Weaver does it again! That rune, have it go badly, and then your opposing mid laner is just farming the entire time. Cause you still both need items, right?
Visibility. Yes!
Tide beckons. Such a big rush. Are you going to
They could stay mid and just try again. Because at least it forces our Mel up the lane.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
This guy's tipping.
Radiant's middle tower is under
So
attack.
sad. Like so many resources were taken down there to do that. The most you get really is like
There's no honor in freedom.
My timeline snaps.
You feel.
obviously like the standard way of playing Dota is take the
Oh, they've got the Brewmaster. They need to burst him before he pops that Primal Split. Have they got the damage with the Torrent and the Ghost Ship? I believe they do. Sonic wait to make sure of it. They knew this time around Jabs had a Primal Split, so they had to try and burst him fast, and they did just that, but they lose the tower. Strategy.
Dire are scanning.
I think they both. I think this game will come down.
Nice. Gonna let me live, and they were deterring this one with the Primal Split. Gabby, this time around, no rage CP out, and that's at 4 going down. So the first kill FNATIC find is a pretty big one.
He got way too big.
They have no interest in team fighting right now. They're just farming up on Raven. Raven just, he's doing Raven things. He's hitting up the jungle. He's gonna go straight into that Deathslater. And
It's time!
we'll see if T1 can do a good job punching this one. They found Jabs down in their own jungle. Without a Primal Split, I'm not sure they've got a good way to keep Jabs alive. And Jao was just like, I'm bailing. They'll give up one to retreat and farm other parts of the map.
Exciting, but I don't have much choice.
I like that Gabby's up.
And a bit better for him, and you know, like you kind of mentioned, getting a bit too big for his britches after the, you know, the previous 2 gigs he just rage TP'd out, so perhaps he's like, okay, let's go in the aggressive form. Learning his lesson, as another kill going to go the way of T1. This time in the mid lane again, it's Jabs. He's the one who's been kind of unfortunately forced to
You don't want to do that. That makes you feel terrible. Like he really wants this ag. This Orchid is just like frightening as long as T1 gets the jump.
Yeah. And unlike T1, like, for T1, if they were facing this, they have a disruption save. So this time around, FNATIC will get the jump in the mid lane, but there's a disruption save. You go in a hero, disruption is there, but he does get caught by the pull as he comes out, but the Queen of Pain gets bailed out. Now the Ghost Ship rolling in as well. They've taken out the Void Spirit. Raven's gonna get low. He's got the reincarnation to give him a second life here, but will FNATIC have the firepower to take this one? They've gone in with the Primal Split. Jabs trying to zone them out, and now with Raven following them up, they may have enough damage, but a great infest as they go into the Mirana. They need to finish her off to get the lifestealer, but looks like Zephyr's going to get back to safety, and with the Queen of Pain finishing off the backlines, suddenly it's a 5 versus 3. Cuckoo for himself advantage into Torrent. They get the Brewmaster. They've gotten 3. Great execution there for that team fight for T1.
You ever play with an Orchid and you just maybe they're not comfortable about fighting for Roche, happier to go. You can use the defensively, right? If they show way, get the safe height, try and farm.
Furled your sails, but good.
Little smoke rotation from T1. They were, I think, looking for some bigger fish to fry, but they do catch out the poor Grimstroke. But I think good news for Fnatic is that didn't catch a court, but there's still potential for Arnold to get caught here in the mid lane. He gets disrupted. Bolt could come in, but Wraith just blinked on the Shadow Demon instantly, deleting him. The arrow going to come flying through, but the Orchid on the Wraith King not going to do a whole lot except stop him from throwing out another stun, which is still on cooldown. Fnatic maybe looking for another follow-up initiation. The Blink Wraith King coming up in a couple of seconds. He's found the Mirana with Armel following it up, and they're going to catch Zephyr as well. So T1 getting it in a bit too deep there and finding the wrong targets. Really well making all the right moves to win these fights and get most of these kills. Then they can quietly got themselves this Ag Scepter. They've got that Armlet Esso and Wraith King, and they're ready to fight. They finished the Ag Scepter on Brewmaster as well. They jump in with Raven. They found the Shadow Demon. That's the big target they want to kill off first, but can they do this with the Infest to heal him up a little bit? They get the Soulbind as well, and the damage is just there to finish him off. Raven is going to lose his first life on the Wraith King. Shadow Demon even going to buy back to try and make sure this fight goes so well from the Sonic Wave. A complete whiff from Carl. As both teams, I believe, going to look to disengage with the Shadow Demon buyback. It seems like Fnatic happy just to respect T1's strength here and disengage for the time being.
I think they can just go again on Fnatic. They have another split.
T1 smoking at them. Time lapse away. Shakuchi, nicely done by DJ. He does get dusted up, but he's out of catch range. Really good play from Fnatic not to get caught there.
Not a very sporting shot.
But Roshan, Fnatic, it looks like they're just not responding to this one, or they just don't care.
Late.
It's getting low. It looks like it should be too late. Another arrow going to come flying through, and Roshan will drop. Get scanned up, but Fnatic, they still try and fight into the Aegis.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Like blindly there.
Stars were worth it.
Be in the front lines. He's got a disruption behind him, and it looks like T1 catch wind of what's going on here. Maybe Zephyr going to be the one getting caught out on the Mirana. Goes to the TP out, but he's been caught by the Inkswell stun, and Raven, Wraith King able there to finish him off. Just the support kill, but nice find for Fnatic. Just feel like both teams don't have a good way. Maybe the Ag Scepter on Void Spirit changes that. See Raven here on the front lines, gets banished up, but he's got backup right behind him. Armel jumps on the back lanes. He's looking for the Whitemon Shadow Demon. Wants to take out the sports to start this fight, and he'll do just that. Armel could be in some trouble. He's been demonic purged here, and Gabby's life steal trying to finish him off. Armel gets out of there with the Astral Step, and they've also taken out one more. Raven's Wraith King doing a bit too much damage for them to handle. Here's the Goshi going to come flying through, mistimed on a DJ's Weaver, so Ushakuchi himself out of there. Another time lapse in 1 second, so he's got that extra bit of save there as Cuckoo goes for the BKB TP out. Nothing to cancel that. Same story. The Lifestealer with his TP out, so Fnatic win themselves another.
Try and push 2-2. Yeah, we're all gonna rotate down there and take a fight. We're gonna push lane and people playing enemy jungle. Roshan spawns. Top. Look at all these wards. Wards for days. All over their own jungles. They have perfect vision of the areas.
Well, force the BKB in the mid lane, but they pulled him the Lifestealer. He's got a double damage, so Gabby wants to try to fight his way through this one, but he's kind of isolated here. He's being stunned up, dusted now as well, so they see him. Can they bring him down here? They're just throwing him up in the air with the Cyclone. Asking him to drop him, but the Remnant not going to land as he pops the Rage on landing. BKB from the Kunkka as well to keep him alive. Neither team taking any losses just yet, and it looks like full disengage. T1 as Fnatic unable to connect on any of those kills.
Dude, this game
Playing a
sucks.
scary situation.
Your admiral is on board.
No one's dying.
No one's dying, guys. It's not fair. I want blood.
That level 1 5v5 was just like a precursor for how the entire game will go. Yeah, they'll 5v5 and no one will die. Fnatic saying, okay, well, don't worry, we got you, Chiefo. Show you some kills. Gabby, oh my god, he's gonna light his way through. There's a boat catching 3. T1 with a sick turnaround. The Kunkka from Cuckoo blows up jabs, and he's looking for Armel next, whose BKB is still on cooldown. Does get himself back to the low ground, and instead it's going to be Grimstroke taking a spill, and that should be able to set up T1 to secure themselves Roshan. What a turnaround coming out. Looking around is DJ's Weaver, but I don't see any way he can do any of his, DJ plays that he likes to make around the pit. He's not on a nurse spree. He's not on a clockwork. He's on a weaver, unfortunately, so he's getting a bit unkillable.
He is totally built. There's no doubt.
Cuckoo. They go in on the Kunkka, but it's failed out by the disruption here. Raven. The front line's doing some good damage here, but now Gabby and the light shield's locked up. Carl gets a nice sonic wave through them all, and that's going to bring down Armel. His Void Spirit goes down, and FNATIC just don't have damage to get these kills, not against the disruption save, and they're going to lose more with the Grimstroke going down as well. DJ trying to get himself back to safety, finds a nice spot to TP out from. Looks like they'll get themselves out of there for now. They've got buybacks if needed, but suddenly T1 are the ones on the front foot, and they may be looking to go high ground here. Playing in, Carl. Doing what he can. He's got the Lincoln Sphere to play around. He's going to be a little bit careful here. Link's stun could cause him some problems. Instead, it looks like T1 just going to focus the objectives. Gabby gets the tier 3 tower, and they just say, that's enough for now. Look for a reset. Look for another catches. One, not fully backing off here. They are looking to keep the pressure on and maybe force his Void Spirit to buy back. Armel going to hold on to it for now. They're going to go again. They're going to put Gabby on the high ground with that Solar Crest and Armlet, just doing what he can to bring down this melee Raxin. Pressure's now on. Japs has those primal splits if he wants to use them. He popped the refresher and everything. Doing some decent damage to Gabby's first life, but with the Aegis to play around, they're just going to get a full lane of Rax for free, and they're going to swing themselves off. There's sort of a minute and a half, and FNATIC may just find themselves going down a second lane here unless they can buy time to take a fight with this Void Spirit respawn. We go in with the Raven. Raven, he blinks in, but don't have the damage for Gabby just yet. He's getting low. Can they do this one? He turns with the rage. He's just lifesing his way through this one, and they just take out the Rage King. His first life goes down, and maybe going to be able to kill him a second time. He can't get the BKB off, and they lose Rage King. Raven's down. T1 going to go for the Rax now. It looks like it's Jazz on the front line with the Primal Split. Almost respawned, but the disruption saves are there. Fail out the Verana for now. Leap out as well to keep alive, and Armel just forced a BKB and watch his teammates die. Carl jumping in the backline. Journey well. He's got absolutely nothing to get this Queen of Pain off of him, and Carl is going to clean up the backlines. He's godlike, and T1 are just crushing FNATIC in these team fights. They get that second lane of Rax, but more importantly, they force multiple buybacks, get some key kills, and find themselves GG. It's over, Sheepa.
I would also call it my reliever fail.
Damn.
Gosh, still fighting.
Yeah, it's OD. It's like, Whitemon's like, alright, I'm playing an OD. That's a strong hero, right? Usually this is the core. Be a little careful. The Ice Shard's block is there, and Whitemon, he's gone for the level 1 Arcane Orb. He may be the one giving up first blood here. A couple more right clicks. He's trying to deny himself in the Roshan pit, perhaps. No, he's going to juke his way out of there, but DJ perhaps predicting this one. Nice Jewel Breath from inside the pit, and Japs gets him from inside as well with a nice last hit to finish it off. Top lane, they found Whitemon. This should be a kill now with the Ice Shard block. He goes to the TP out. It's going to be close whether he makes it. The tag team damage is too much with level 2 tag team. Following getting a T1 mid, what's kind of next in terms of their game plan?
I think the standard flow chart is always to just take the safe link tower and the big tower and whatever one comes first. They're doing it now.
Yeah, they may do that and try to get a Gabby kill along the way. They kill him once, can they kill him a second time? DJ has a snowball. He's going to look to snowball them all in. Armel and the Pop not going in the snowball, but they've got the extras, and there's the arena catching him. Overcommitting perhaps, and Gabby's still alive on the Wraith King. Has the 1 charges as well. The Pop needs a blink. It's up in 5 seconds time. Goes for the TP out. Cookie is going to be just off the mark, but the flash from the Assault is there. The spear follows it up. Blink potentially there, but the X is going to stop Armel from using it, so great punish from T1.
Really, really good. When you're behind and you're feeling rough.
It's on the Marge with an armlet, so he's going to be a very tanky frontliner and dish out a lot of damage with that God Rebuke if he can catch a hero or two in. Walk into a sentry. So they can see him coming, but it may be too late. Cuckoo already has the arena, but he gets stunned up before he can spear into it. Nice snowball as well. Cuckoo misses the spear, unfortunately, because of the nice snowball save. This is do some good damage, but it's not enough, and Cuckoo going to go down. Can't Armlet toggle through all the damage over time, and Armel on the clock, gets a Sonic Wave off, needs to try and bottle his way through this one. He's on 10 health, he's still alive for now, has a blink after the X. He gets out of it. Is there a cleave? There it is, just in time from Carl. Found the right angle for it. T1, though, lose this fight. Luckily, Carl makes a really nice play to get the Tidebringer cleave to get the quap. Otherwise, it would have been an absolute disaster. It's still a big win for him. Going to come from, yeah, Gabby's Wraith King, because got it queued up before any kind of a Desolator, which he's not even got in mind for now. But before that happens, FNATIC, Lord smoking through. They're going to find Whitemon here. The ball on through. And they catch this OD. They get the Ice Shot locked in. Ice Clap, which is going to miss the follow-it up. He turns with the Sands Eclipse, and DJ will be thrown to the wolves here.
Good on Whitemon. That was really good. Just breaking smoke. Making sure that Gabby is just...
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Which is why they smoked up looking for a fight. They're kind of trying to bait their Medusa up top, but they have to show themselves to D-Ward, and now here comes T1, smoked up themselves, seeing what they can find. They've got a nice ward here. They see these heroes. They go Jabs here. They get the spear with the snowball save. Gets him the BKB off. Jabs would have been first if not for that great play from DJ to turn this fight around. They want the Wraith King, but he's got 2 lives here, so they'll get the first with ease. And they get the second. There's no Ice Blast. It's still on cooldown for a couple of seconds, and with the dual breath missing, Gabby will get away from this. Jabs has 1 Spirit Siphon left. He gets speared out of there, so Gabby actually gets out alive for now. They try and chase him down, but unfortunately for FNATIC, some of their spells were just a couple seconds away. If they had an Ice Path, they maybe could have killed the Wraith King a second time, but...
Yeah, this is
Radiant's
sad when your carry's your initiator, but FNATIC, like, he doesn't have a BKB, right? So he just goes in, there's this nice save with the snowball, and then he just gets super controlled up. He can't kill anyone, it's... Because if he arenas and spears say
He's under a ward. He walks into an Ice Path now as well. The Macropie, can they do this with the damage they've got? Armel misses the Sonic Wave because of a great Astral Imprisonment. Daniel on the backlines on the Jakiro trying to get some more damage up, but Cuckoo's just tanking his way through this one, but can't armlet toggle his way out of that. Carl could be next, but he's with BKB, so he should be fine here, but they're going to force him to use it. Cookie as well to get back to safety, so they get the Mars kill in the end. FNATIC fighting under a ward and getting some decent results, but they're not going to be able to get this tier 2 tower because it's full health and it's being glyphed up.
Bounty!
It reads to me that FNATIC spells are just stronger. That's why T1 has been hard farming, that they've been farming for so long. Now they have BKBs.
Good top. DPC to take a fight, but he doesn't use his BKB. He does get bailed out by the Astral. That's going to make him get out of this one for now. He's still got the arena, but Jabs is just running at him with the ultimate, the Exorcism, doing some good physical damage, but it's just not enough to burst through him. Zed's Carl's hunter getting low, but none of these heroes are going down. Gabby, so be careful. He's in the front lines all alone. The kisses coming from the trees. Raven still has his Stone Gaze, and he's going to commit it to look to bring down Gabby with the Skadi Slow. It's not going to be enough in the trees as the OD for Whitemon. He gets stoned up, and Zephyr not far off. May just have to try and blink his way back to safety, but he can't do that with the Shadow Strike on him. He gets a nice cookie kill on a DJ, though. And Zephyr may end up going down, but he does get a nice kill on his way out as FNATIC will secure the top tier 2 tower. Raven's Medusa is starting to look a little bit unstoppable, Sheepa. That's got to be particularly bad if they don't have their outposts as well, which FNATIC's got control of, so... No TP locations around the road champions for T1. They maybe pull Jabs in mid lane. Who goes in? It's the Blink Dagger timing, but Jabs, he survives through it and gets the Exorcism off as well as some Spirit Siphons, but does die before he can heal himself back up. DJ tried to go in to save him as well, but it's going to be 2 dead on the FNATIC side. T1 have found a way to win a fight and also get themselves this T1 mid, and all it took was this Blink Dagger timing. Cuckoo finally got the blink on the Mars, and it did wonders.
Middle tower has fallen.
My god, oh my god, I've been so sad all game watching Cuckoo play. Like, I feel his pain. Look at that. Blink instantly paying off.
Fortunately, even with those 2 heroes dead, Medusa is still a very strong, sturdy way to plop a hero in front of the tower to defend it. So 3 versus 5. Raven says, yeah, no problem, we can defend this tower.
Right. So if they see someone on that ward, it's like, oh.
Dire are scanning.
Charging in, T1. They had the smoke, but nice reaction from Jabs. He gets the BKB off it. As soon as that wears off, Cuckoo's going to be looking for him with the arena, and they've got the Scatter Blast to sun him up. Nice snowball. Keeps him alive a little bit longer, but he's still going to be rolling himself in as Armel goes in the front lines, looks for the Sonic Wave kill, but they've instantly lost Jab's death drop. It doesn't get a chance to Exorcism here. Banish onto the Medusa just to stop her from dishing out damage as T1 buy back
Dire's
And
middle
TP
tower
Carl out
is
with the
under
BKB.
attack.
Cuckoo is low in the trees, but he's got to blink TP out himself, so... Januel goes fishing with an ice path, but doesn't find him. Nice job by T1 just to get out and... by the team dares make a move to go for that Roshan. It does feel like it's going to take some kind of pick off first, and that's what FNATIC have in mind. They smoke up, they scan the high ground, they know nobody's there initially, but Carl himself on the mid lane. They're going to see this X, I believe. Are they going for it? They're going for the backlines. They want the OD first. That's the save, so they take out the OD. And now maybe they just walk into the Roshan pit. If OD doesn't fight back, they could just get themselves Roshan.
Middle tower is under attack.
On board.
They're not go for the Conquer because they saw the X and they were like, oh, we could go on him.
The OD, Roche is getting low here. T1's got to go soon. They have the buyback as well as the outpost there. Gab's committing the exorcism on the front lines here, and with the ice path, it's blocking Gab. He does get pushed out of the ice shard. Back to safety for now. He's getting very low on his first life. There's a nice stone gaze from the Medusa on the front line, trying to deal with Carl, who's running in on that Kunka, trying to finish off DJ, who's using the spider legs to get back to the high ground. Great juking from the Tusk, and they just take out the Kunka. He got baited in. The spider legs going to be too much to deal with, and they get Roshan as the kisses come. A little bit too late. Raining on in, looking for the DJ kill, but very close to getting him. DJ will survive his way through it. I mean, in that last fight, you were kind of keeping eyes on jabs, and that was like their initiation, was his death drop. Like, I'm just going to run at them with exorcism. Not really an initiation, but it did something. As here is the initiation from the Mars. Blink Spear on the Medusa, but I don't think they have nuts on the territory you want to be going on. It's jabs perhaps on the death prop, but he's going to BKB as well as multiple Spirit Siphons to keep him nice and healthy. He's loading them well away here, but with the BKB wearing off, Cuckoo's trying to experiment into an arena with the Kisses to follow up. The damage raining down on the jabs. He can't survive his way through it. DJ couldn't find a good line to get a snowball save off, and as a result, they've lost the death prop, but killed the Mars in the process. So Raven to turn around with the break. They've got Gabby's first life. So they look for a second kill. The Ice Path is going to be there waiting for him on the respawn. Punke is there with the buyback on the Mars. They want to take this fight. Raven's got him low here. He's got the 8 to steal the play around, but he's out of mana, so he's just going to try fight his way through this one. Scoring it up, being controlled here. They don't have a good way to keep Raven alive, but Januel says this Ice Path will have to do. Trying to get him back to safety. Raven wants to keep this Aegis for now. Looks like FNATIC with the buyback from Tusk will be okay. They get out of this one. They don't get this really long respawn time at a really bad time, so. But his team might need him soon because T1 is smoking up, so. Fine, we're fine.
Clear sailing
Yeah. Oh. KB has no blink for a couple of seconds. Throws up the Sonic Wave just to push him away. Another blink out. And they catch up to him. But no blink on Cuckoo for a little bit. The Kisses is there. Armo refreshes his blink. And BKB. Whew, he's out of there, but he had to use a refresher to do it.
Gabby could have got his stun off there.
Like, it's actually got very short cooldown. I mean, 1 minute cooldown. It's relatively short. The refresher, though, a bit bigger. From FNATIC, T1 has that ward, though. They're playing around. They instantly get vision, though. Cuckoo gets jumped. Does get saved by the Astral, though. That'll keep him alive, but now the Sonic Wave catches him as he pops out. He gets the Spear Arena off before he goes down. He's not even done. He's taking his way through this one. He's going to refresh now as well. He's going to throw up the second arena onto this Medusa, but the backlines have been gone on. They've lost the OD, so no more saves for Cuckoo, who will get finished off. Armel gets the double kill, making sure he gets the support OD, and then they deal with Cuckoo later. And that's right as Roche respawns. So Roche number 3, Ag's Blessing.
It's like I was punching the air for Cuckoo. I was like, what a nice refresher. He like steps out of the arena, so Raven punches him. Nah, Tusk here punches him.
Send Raven pushing forward. He's got that Swift Link now as well, playing bootsless. It's feeling like, well, you know, I need to add some more bottom lane though. Armel, oh boy, that was a gem as well. Similar scenario to what happened before when he got caught in the jungle, but this time they actually...
Come on, don't push our base. Do something like, look at all this pressure on them, man.
Kick back, DJ. Push Cuckoo in, forces out an arena, but DJ, that's not how he saw that one going. He thought he was setting up, but instead he's setting up on himself. Spanish is there offensively on the Medusa just to buy some time. The Spirit follows it up. Medusa just being hided around. I don't think they actually want to commit onto Raven at this point. But with Tusk dead, they're probably more than happy to take a fight. FNATIC know they've got to be careful about TPing out because in a safe position. It's like that's the end of that
instantly.
push.
Armel showed on their
jungle.
base.
Raven may get caught out if he's not careful, but Jabs is nearby. They Raven goes in with the Silver Edge, doing what he can. He still wants to play around this Aegis. Still has a minute left on her, so... Jabs running in with the Exorcism on the backlines here. Jabs has done a good job finding the supports, but with Wraith King Gabby showing up, Jabs may just have to turn and run. He's in trouble with this BKB wearing off in a second here. Jabs gets instantly speared. He gets speared out with the torrent hitting him though. Gets healed back up a little bit by the Ascetic Trap. He still ends up going down. The fleet flying on through as well. Armo doing some good damage with the Sonic Wave. They've killed the Wraith King once, but I don't think they can do so twice. As FNATIC are dropping, losing their support as well as Jabs, and Armel needs to blink out. He's still got a BKB, but he's being chain stunned up. The torrent is there, and T1 have demolished this team fight.
Dude, I'm grinning. I'm just grinning. Did you watch Medusa in that fight? It was the funniest thing. Gags. Macropire lasting for an extra 20 seconds and piercing BKB, like, it is a lot of damage, and it becomes pure. It absolutely destroys it. If you're a support and you stand in that for like even a few seconds,
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Front lines doing what he can. Wraith King helped that. Actually blinks onto the high ground. Okay, there's a 4-star. Well, let's say that could have been disaster for him. Hunka pulling Raven in, using that tidal wave. True waterbender at this point.
Take there, yeah.
Okay. 60 seconds without it. FNATIC seem unfazed as they go into the Roshan phase. Meanwhile, Argo's pop, he's being stunned up. He gets chain stunned, then burns it down, does that buyback. Meanwhile, FNATIC looking to finish off Roshan. They commit exorcism everything. Going to buy back the Queen of Pain. Nice kick into Carl, into the pit, but there's the detection. They don't see him. He's in biz up. They need some detection. The Dazzle the hero is not in range. And jumping in is Gabby. They pull back everyone. Gabby's just melted to the exorcism, but he's trying to heal his way through this one, but he doesn't bring down the Death Prophet in time. Jabs kept alive with the Ice Blast 2. They're controlling up the Wraith King here. Punch him into the air. The Sonic Wave as well, getting him nice and low. Can they finish him off with the Medusa with the Rapier? They kill him a second time. Can they get him a third? Gabby, he's back alive once more. He's charging forward. He's managed to hold on to his Rapier. He's trying to get himself out of this one, but he's being controlled, and he's going to drop a Rapier. Raven now with double Rapier on the Medusa. They do have buybacks on the T1 side. So despite Aegis being taken...
A little bit too far. I feel so bad for Carl. He went into the pit to get the Aegis, but he dropped his BKB, but then he got stone formed from Raven's ult and he couldn't pick it up. That's why he didn't get it.
Dire's middle barracks.
It looked like he was standing there AFK, but he was just...
They may just get mega creeps off of this. Wraith King not buying back just yet. To maybe cross his fingers that they don't force the throne here, but he will have to buy back to maybe stop the mega creeps from being claimed. Here Raven is, but he's still got Aegis in hand. Now they're going to look to commit onto this Medusa. Queen of Pain comes in looking to save the day. There's the first death on the Medusa. She's got the Aegis, so they're going to try and kill her a second time. DJ kicks the Mars away, stopping the arena from coming into play, but Medusa still inside the arena is fully healthy though, so they just don't have the damage to deal with Raven, and
Dire's top
FNATIC may just decide to disengage and not force his push just now.
Game has a buyback, so we could see the absolute craziest team fight of all time, potentially.
Now. Your Admiral is on board.
Another crazy item is the X-Mash. We're seeing like double, triple BKBs. Whoa! Cuckoo gets kicked way out of there into the FNATIC team. And do FNATIC have the damage to kill him off? You've got to imagine they do with Raven's Medusa, getting him low here. Being kicked almost too far away. They do finally bring him down. They had to work for it though, and the enemy base is the Jab's Death Prophet. He's being banished up, but without BKB, he's got cheese now to play around. Has a blink out in a second, eats the cheese. Jab's still alive. They couldn't finish him off, and now Cuckoo has to buy back just to try and defend the base. Raven going forward, looking for the tier 4 towers. Can they deal with this Medusa? Make it stop. Make it stop. Here's another one. They're not done. They're not gone. Getting kicked back in. That punches the kicks. And then A-Style coming out from DJ's tusk, and Raven just going charging forward with the Medusa. They've lost DJ, who will instantly buy back in the enemy base with the second exorcism now. They've also got a third one if need be with a refresher shot. Do they look to try and force this one? Medusa is in deep under the tier 4 tower. Getting speared into the throne here. Has the Aegis. Won't have a second way of getting through this one. Jab is getting low on the Death Prophet as well. Still alive. Gets chipped away. It gets killed up in the end as Armel making his mark known on this game. He charges in, gets a great Sonic Wave off. He's zoning them back into the fountain, allowing them to maybe focus some of these buildings here. But Medusa wants to play it safe as backed off as they finish off Gabby's Wraith King. Force out a buyback from him. Cuckoo's looking for another play in the front lines. Can't spear anybody in. Doesn't have an arena for 7 seconds as well as Armel. Perhaps a little bit out of juice. Has taken out the Snapfire here. Just the one here a day. Great Ice Path catches out two though. As they go in, jump the backlines here. They want this OD. Want to stop these Astral Saves. Hunka catches the Torrent as well. The Torrent's not Armel getting rolled over the Aeotis. We'll bail him out for now. Another boat comes flying through, but that's going to be off the mark as the arena does finally come back up, but none of the FNATIC heroes get caught inside of it. Instead, it's Cuckoo who gets kicked out once again. His PJ Tusk is just constantly moving them out of position, and while all that's going on, they bring down the throne. Too much damage from the Medusas.
Lina, as a hero, loves mod. You have Tango and Tide and Wraith King, all these heroes that will just stand in front of you and form a wall that protects you. I think their team fight is really scary.
Definitely a game where you kind of, you know, they've shown like a more passive gameplay. I'm saying that's been kind of what that thought is juking out with what? Better of him. Have a shield crash for a couple of seconds now. He's in some trouble. Has this picture now, but Gabby's DJ just juking around.
Fast blood.
Gabby's gonna get low, but creeps on the way out.
Off with you.
With my thanks.
Good! Surprisingly good!
The Head Oracle chose you.
Burns, doesn't it?
Be happy with how his game is going, but coming his way, perhaps as a rotation, T1 is smoked up. Actually, they're invading the triangle, and Armel could be in some trouble. It's just a level 2 glimpse. He needs to get out of range of this, and he does manage to not get caught there. DJ may look to turn this one with jabs rotating on the Titan. They've got a Ravage if they can get close enough for it, but instead it's going to be just to kill on Whitemon. They can't get close enough to kill Carl, so
Thank you.
no heavy punish, but they do keep their Ancient safe, and also
I think if you can get early blink and kill Lina with it,
okay. Rolling Thunder looking to start a fight here, perhaps. They've got the Ravage, but will need a Soul Ring or some Magic Wand charges. Jabs charging in forward. Goes into Attack Storm, but walks his way out of it, then sets up a Ravage on the dude. Followed up with an LSA Laguna Blade. They take out the Leshrac before the Ire Relocate seems to come into play. Jabs does end up going down to the God's Rebuke, as Cuckoo needs to get out himself, but the right clicks from the Lina gonna get outplayed by the armlet toggles. Nicely done by Cuckoo to keep himself alive there. FNATIC lose 2 despite getting off a decent Ravage, but they kill off the big hero in the Leshrac.
on Blink Arena, this Wraith King or Tide, right? There's 2 lives on Wraith King. Tide will just poke up the start.
That one in a good position to block the smoke gank. Or tank it, per se. FNATIC were heading into that enemy jungle. Cuckoo mid will be kept safe by this, but now it's going to be FNATIC to just walk their way up to this T1 mid tower. With Ravage coming back up, they feel like their team fight is too much for T1 to handle. Even though it's just a 5 position tanking the smoke gank, that's one less hero to defend this T1 mid tower with. No static storm means FNATIC. It is T1 who, you know, as far as the core heroes goes, they are top of the net worth with the PA. Top lane hero has been caught out. They're willing to throw a static storm and an arena. They made a lot of ultimates to bring him down, and I think FNATIC recognizing that they want to fight. They're going to blink on Raven. He goes in on a Whitemon. That's going to be an easy disruptor kill, but not sure they're going to be able to get Cuckoo as well. But they want to focus and chip away at this tier 2 tower as well. So FNATIC getting some damage.
A lot of items to be really strong. She jumps in without a BKB. You can just fight it extremely easily by Ravage, rolls, stuns.
Rolling Disruptor now. poor white one just going for a little D-ward mission, and DJ says, okay, I'll take that kill.
I actually really like this. Oh, the fire more. Whoops.
And they got that reincarnation without much effort, but Jabs is set up for a perfect 3-man Ravage, but the follow-up damage wasn't there, and Armel in the arena has to BKB just get himself out of that one, and DJ will not have an escape himself, so Fnatic gets caught too deep, and they're being chased down, relocate after Armel. He's got 80 speed, got no more BKB, can't get to the Invis rune. Gonna lose his first life and probably his second. No BKB for 60, they're tipping him, they know his fate. Armel dead, left to the Sharks. T1, clean up.
At this point, you can just spear the tide with the knives, and that's it. That's done, and he will die.
What happened? Call the front line. Inside the arena, the team. They're as well, they better target in the staying curled up.
They seem to think that they're not really dependent. They smoked up and go. Oh, they do have
arena's already back up, yeah.
Scanning.
We are Melbourne. He's got BKB, so this could be a game of reaction time if they go on him. They get the glimpse back. He's not gonna. Okay, he gets glimpse and BKB. Post glimpse, Gabby blinks in with a BKB of his own. They want this Armel Lina. He gets back to the safety of his tower, but now with Gabby blinking in, but his BKB wearing off means Armel is still alive for now. Rolling them from DJ. He misses Gabby, unfortunately, and Armel now in trouble, but gets glimmered up. Gets still hit by the splitters. The AoE damage from the pulse nova is going to be enough to finish him off, but caught under the tower is Carl the Lesser, but he's got plenty of heals with the iron to back him up, and DJ can't do anything about it, even with the roll-up. Not enough damage coming out of Fnatic, but now they're going to buy back the lead and try to turn this fight as Carl goes for, well, he can't really get out of this one. Raven going to chop him up with his big cleaver, and does end up turning out okay for Fnatic, but did cost them a Lina buyback.
Oh, like, we just go, we kill Lina, we get someone.
Got the shard now on this PA, so they see this side and they break him. Gabby goes blinking. Oh boy.
Rest in pieces.
Melted. Absolutely melted. You're working those legs.
Yeah.
Putting in some good fitness. More cardio than hero killing games for these two teams. Well, damage comes out. That's always a big run around the Roshan pit, and Raven knows that a double damage PA could be disastrous. He gets glimpsed back here. They perhaps think this is an opening to go on Raven, but he's still got the DD if he wants to turn and fight. Pops the BKB, wants to go on Cuckoo, who's doing a lot of right-click damage. The IO save comes a little bit too late. The Rolling Thunder also stops the relocate out. They've got the IO as well. Raven making great use of the double damage, and T1 thought they could deal with the Wraith King. They kill him off once, and the double buyback coming in now as well. Raven doesn't have BKB. He may just die a second time if he's not careful. Gabby knows this. He gets glimmered up, and they've got the dust to scout him out, and now Raven's going to go down without buyback. Full TP out as they lose the Pangolier as well. Carl's doing a great job jumping in on the backlines, and it looked good at the start for Fnatic with the Wraith King double damage, but T1 utilizing their buybacks to perfection.
Probably should have needed to use their buybacks. That was a really sloppy going. Cuckoo didn't BKB, unfortunately. Zephyr died trying to like rectify that mistake. Something. Or even just being on one of their wards that you did there. Might be worth investing in a jet.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Make their play around this mid lane. The PA throwing daggers from the high ground. Carl showing himself as Raven goes blinking in. They have the Rolling Thunder throw it up. They're going to get a nice Ravage on a 2, blinking in. What's the Mars? He got caught in that Ravage instantly. Does get the BKB off the falling Rolling Thunder stun. Does hit him, so Cuckoo gets back to safety. Even spears the Wraith King into an arena here. And it looks like Fnatic are going to be forced back. Not finding the Mars kill, but the Leshrac kill was a nice, juicy one for them to find. Jump a different target, but unable to connect. They found DJ. He's got the A on disc, but he does get off. The Rolling Thunder. Use that just defensively, but now he hasn't got it for a potential team fight, but he's going to go back in. Goes on call with the Lina follow-up. Where's the IO? It's too late. They've lost the ledge track before the fights even began. Gabby goes blinking with a BKB, but Armel just going to BKB and walk out of this arena. He looks to turn and fight. They've lost the Wraith King's first line, but can they get his second? I don't think so. Not without the BKBs. They've already committed the PAs. As a result, Ravage catches floor. Kuku refreshes, gets another arena, spears the Lina into this one. Armel getting low, has the Glimmer Cape to help him out a little bit. He's still alive, just barely. His sliver of health isn't.
We turn this tide to our advantage.
Okay with the save refresher. I think it's really expensive.
Dyer's top tower is
Gives you amount of regen, but doesn't solve the amount of problem of passing it. It's quite
Here in Lina. The front line with that Aegis has a BKB, but she'll wait for the second line to use it. Now this Lina's in deep. DJ comes rolling in through, but unable to find any good targets, and as a result, FNATIC may just have to back off here. Armel's BKB now going to be down. Won't have it for a potential team fight. Argo's looking to blink in, and FNATIC managed, disengage, just losing the Aegis here, but no BKB on Armel, so a little bit hairy here as Wraith going to put himself on the high ground here, knowing that they can't afford to have Armor get gone, and he gets the dodge off, doesn't get hit by the spear, gets bashed up by the dagger, but that spear missing means Kuku goes down. He's going to be forced to buy back, and Armel feeling confident on the front lines here, knowing he's got that double Ravage behind him. Carl unable to connect on Armel with the force off there to help bail out the Lina. Raven BKBs himself, and it looks like FNATIC going to disengage here with all their BKBs down. They don't want to take this fight for the time being.
There's so many
have BKB. They're like, okay, we'll press forward with no Lina BKB because PA can't fight. PA fighting into triple Ravage without BKB is just a huge deficit. Now with BKB coming back up, Gabby goes in. The Ravage doesn't hit the PA. That's the BKB. The break is there. The second Ravage also dodged by the BKB, so double Ravage gets dealt with, and DJ comes in looking for some targets to go and finds Gabby's PA now, getting the chainsaw off, but there's no follow-up damage, so he's retreat here. DJ helped out by the ice path from Daniel.
Use it, like you have a buyback here potentially with it, maybe instead.
DJ trying to delay this one, using the Rolling Thunder, but yeah, no real follow-up here. He's got the refresher, so I guess he's happy just to throw this one out to delay the racks going down. They can't go for the mid lane with the tier 2 tower standing. Put that ward next to an enemy sentry and exactly what's going on, and FNATIC are going to smoke right into them. They lead the charge with Raven. He's got an Abyssal Blade. He goes on Whitemon initially. They get the Ravage onto a couple here. The IO being caught by this one. Pops the A on this. Gets out of it a little bit. He's still healing up Gabby on the PA, who doesn't get the BKB up, but now he's cleaving through them all the time. Ends up going down. Does buy back instantly. May have another Ravage with the charge. Yeah, you betcha. He's got another Ravage to play around. Having got the damage to follow this one up. He's going to have a Ravage on everyone. Catches out 3. Only Kuku BKBs. And can they bring down this IO to start things off? They need to deal with this pesky IO, but they're dropping like flies. The PA doing so much damage in this fight. Carl about to be out of mana, which could be a problem for T1, but they're winning the numbers battle. They've killed off 3, including all 3 cores, and FNATIC just didn't have the damage to kill some of these heroes. Somehow the IO just never died in that fight.
The Wraith King
Radiant's
reigns
top tower
again.
is
I
under
wonder if
attack.
the play was to have the third refresher shot instead of untied. Because he got the 2 Ravages off, which
Radiant's
was
top
great.
tower is under attack.
Then it felt like they needed a third one just to finish the job. And they didn't have it, so he had to move out of his back.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Gabby was so low, and then because he didn't have the
Radiant's
third
top
Ravage,
Yeah.
he was satanic.
Radiant's top barracks
And
has fallen.
Zephyr having the Aeon disc meant he gets himself out of the first Ravage, and the second Ravage hardly does anything because of the status resistance. So he was just healing up Gabby through it all as soon as the double Ravages were committed. Now we see T1, the high ground.
So close.
Radiant's middle
Well,
tower
XQ
has
from
fallen.
T1, the new arrival of Gabby, looking like it may be enough, putting him on his signature PA to get them a 2-1 victory. They're not there just yet. They've got mega creeps, but they're going to back off and play it safe, knowing Roshan loaded damage in the fight. Level 28, 4.5k health with the Open. Not just Gabby, who's a threat in these team fights, but exactly what the response from FNATIC is going to be. Gabby going to press forward with that Aegis in hand. Looking in is Raven, but yeah, the insta-splitter is there. Trying to keep them off the tier 4 towers, but can't let them chip away at this one. As we saw last game, like, you can hold your own and not lose a team fight, but eventually the throne will just go down if you're not careful.
Yeah.
Level 25 E does a lot of damage. They jump in. The backline, DJ gets to roll up. They're trying to deal with this PA, but he gets relocated up. Back to safety for now. And they take the continued fight here. Cole on the front lanes on the left track, getting brought pretty low here. He gets the PB off just in time, but he can't do damage to the arena. Now Raven on the Wraith King doesn't have the respawn. Ravage finally comes out, but it's too late to keep the Wraith King alive, and the second Ravage just going to need to be thrown in a second. His Japs is about to go down if he's not careful. Gets the Ravage off, but they're just losing steam here, and they GG out knowing it's all over for them. Without the Wraith King, they don't have the damage, and T1 gets a 3-2 victory.
God dang, they did it.